With over 10 years of history, the Skyrim modding scene has produced a colossal number of mods. In fact, Skyrim Special Edition has recently surpassed 1.3 billion mod downloads on the Nexus alone. Even more staggering, the quality of these mods has not diminished. Quite the opposite. Breakthroughs and improvements in modding seem to be made every day now. The unfortunate consequence of an overabundance of high-quality mods, however, is that some are overlooked and even forgotten by the community. In this series, I'm showcasing 6 top-quality mods every week that have been missed by the community, but fortunately discovered by me. This is Skyrim Mods Hidden Gems, Week 5. Let's start at the first mod. With 34,000 downloads, I present Hidden Hideouts of Skyrim SE by ESC123. When playing a nomadic, criminal, or hardcore character, finding a spot to hunker down for the night in vanilla Skyrim can be difficult or even impossible. The map shows hundreds of locations, but few have beds and fewer still are actually safe to stay the night. Hidden Hideouts of Skyrim alleviates this burden by adding 21 unique hideouts around the province for your Dragonborn to stay in. You can use them as an escape from danger, a secret bandit base, or simply as a stopover to rest your head for the night while traveling. Due to the likely high amount of people who use some kind of camping mod, you might think Hidden Hideouts of Skyrim to be redundant, but it's actually just the opposite. While camping out in the wilderness is fun, having an actual location built into the very stone of Skyrim to rest your weary head will not only add variety to your slumbers, but also add to the satisfaction of exploration, and even expand the lore of the world. There are 3 versions of the mod. The standard and no map marker versions will feature 2 or more safe storage containers, a fire with a cooking pot, a place to sleep, and occasionally even crafting stations, with the no map marker version being the same but obviously not including map markers. But the Deep Immersion version will offer no map markers and no guarantees about what will be present inside the hideouts, good or ill. Skyrim's strength is its world, which is why simple immersive mods like this are in my opinion the most exciting. Next up, a special armor set with a lot of history, Telvanni Spellsword Armor by Alexmancer with 9,000 downloads. This mod adds a craftable and discoverable Dunmerry armor to the game, specifically made for warriors who use both spell and blade. This light armor combines chitin and leather to create an effective outfit that is themed to the best faction in all Elder Scrolls, the Telvanni. Their insignia is embroidered on a crimson red scarf, and their enchanting prowess has adorned the armor with magical power. Obviously, the set looks quite classy and dapper, and the wide shoulder pauldrons definitely impart the feeling of superiority that the Telvanni embody. This armor would be great, of course, for a Dunmer mage, but also for any spellsword or magically inclined rogue. It seems rare that we see foreign-looking armors on the Nexus and in the world of Skyrim, so check this out if you'd like to add some tanginess to your Skyrim world. For our third mod, something that will add immersion to your game, I'm talking about Narrative Loot by TwinCrows with 36,000 downloads. Skyrim was very lacking when it came to world authenticity. I just don't see a lot of depth in how the citizens of this province live their lives. Morrowind had detailed information about the economy, culture, diet, policy, architecture, religion, and workforce of Vvardenfell, but importantly, these aspects were tangible everywhere in the game. You could see for yourself the main exports and food sources of Morrowind, the products produced by the working class and where they produced them, the religious structure and religious leaders of the land, etc. Narrative Loot injects some of this depth into Skyrim by adding 1,629 new items to the leveled lists, like new books, paintings, and types of dinnerware, including plates, platters, bowls, goblets, and more. In fact, most Skyrim cities now have their own style of dinnerware, plus there's dinnerware in the style of Cyrodiil, Morrowind, the Dwemer, Riemann, the Akaviri, and iron, brass, bronze, gold, ceramic, clay, glass, limeware, and tons more. Yep, you can now obtain the valuable limeware platter in Skyrim. Also added are special miscellaneous items like Civil War missives containing valuable information, tribal forsworn artifacts, and many new types of bones. Whether to expand the atmosphere and authenticity of the game, to add more treasures, or even to make playing a true merchant character viable, please consider downloading Narrative Loot. Next, a thematic, mage-focused player home. This is Jerdein Telvanni Sorcerer Tower by SoftRodvt with 5,000 downloads. A wonderful mixture between Dark Elf and Nordic architectural styles, Jerdein is an immersive, partially grown home. Not too big and not too small, the arcane atmosphere is the highlight of this mod, with magical plant life and crafting stations present inside for the budding wizard. Each room consists of detailed, thoughtful placements of items and furniture, allowing each one to serve a specific purpose, and providing up to 3 different micro areas in each room, like a dining area, crafting area, bedroom, worshipping area, etc. The teleporter will take you to the different floors of the mushroom section of the house, and the tower can be ascended for a delightful view of the East March Basin far below, extending beyond the White River and Windhelm to the Sea of Ghosts. This rural, scenic location is the perfect place for such an immersive home, evoking the feeling of being a rogue Telvanni setting up their stronghold deep in nature without worry of travel. You can acquire this home by locating the key present on the island of Solstheim in the fungal Telvanni Tower of Tel Mithrin, which also contains the backstory and lore for the home. For anybody who wants a magical tucked-away abode, Jerdain's circular doors are open to you. Fifth on the list is a very unorthodox mod that defies classification. JS Ioun Stones SE by JohnSkyrim, with 14,000 downloads. Ioun Stones are valuable, mystical, craftable, and enchantable stones that can be equipped to your person. The amazing part of this mod is that these stones will actually float around your character's head and glow, lighting up your face in multiple colors. I just think that this mod is super cool and adds a lot to a magical character, not only visually but also gameplay-wise, as once you craft these stones at a forge, you can enchant each one individually for up to 4 additional enchants for your build. They are, of course, very expensive to craft, since the power of enchanting can easily turn you invincible even without an extra 4 enchantments, so the expense is still worth it in the end. I should mention how beautiful the stones actually look up close. I just want to eat them. I don't know, they just look delicious. Anyway, it's crazy that this mod flew under the radar, so give this one a look. Our final mod is a bittersweet one. I present Skeever in all his glory.
You were talking to me?
By the late AradGad with only 4,000 downloads. Skeever is a very interesting and charming follower. He boasts some impressive statistics for a follower. 16,000 lines. Yes, you heard that right. 16,000. He has 6 quests with 2 new locations and 10 voice actors. He can read books to you, lead you to any location, sing, and comment on almost anything in the game. Your level, race, combat style, choices, artifacts, what location you're in, and almost anything you can think of.
Let's say the first thing that comes to our mind at the same time. This will be great. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I want to skip in the holy water in the center of the temple.
He can also sniff enemies, literally, and tell you exactly what he's smelling.
Bandits!
But that's not why you would have Skeever as a follower. You would have Skeever as a follower for his winning personality. Yes, really. The mod page even primes you for this mod by saying, it's not love at first sight.
It's not going to sprint for you!
But also that he definitely grows on you, and that is true. Traveling with Skeever doesn't feel like traveling with any other follower, vanilla or mod added. He feels like a real character, like a real person. Most followers are either bland or fall into the trap of being a super friendly character who likes you and will follow you everywhere for some reason. Skeever is not too worried about making you like him.
What do you want?
And he follows you for a reason. In fact, you can't even dismiss him or ask him to carry things for you until you've reached level 5. If all this sounds like not your cup of tea, I can understand that, but I would also really stress that he does grow on you and that there is more to this character than what meets the eye.
If you could be a Skeever, which would you be?
As I kept traveling with him, he began to charm me more and more, and what I initially thought to be a character who was annoying for the sake of being annoying revealed himself to be a special friend that I enjoy spending time with. You will not regret downloading Skeever. This is a highly underrated mod with a criminally low download count. which is deeply saddening for more than one reason. The other reason I wanted to talk about this mod, which you might have caught earlier, is that its creator, AradGad, unfortunately took his own life on the 7th of January this year. Now, I didn't know AradGad personally, but I know many who did, and from everything that I've ever heard about the man, he was an exceptionally kind-hearted and generous individual. This has been a profoundly tragic event, and a tough time for everyone involved. You can check out this wonderful memorial mod actually devoted to AradGad called Skeever's Slice of Skyrim, created by TheMurlocKing and AndrealphusVIII, which is what's showing on screen right now. I think it's a beautiful and heartfelt send-off to a good man. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, it is not the length of life, but the depth of life. AradGad, you will be missed. Thanks for watching.